You stand up from the couch. Nothing dramatic, just standing up. And for a split second, the room tilts. Your vision dims at the edges. You grab the armrest, wait, breathe, and it passes. You've probably brushed it off a dozen times, chalked it up to moving too fast, skipping water, getting older. But here's what nobody tells you. That moment, that brief blackout at the edge of your vision, is your brain being starved of oxygen. And if you're over 60, it's happening for a reason most doctors don't even bring up at checkups. The condition has a name. It's called orthostatic hypotension, postural hypotension, if you want the older term. And it's far more common than most people realize. According to research published in the journals of gerontology, between 20 and 25% of people over 60 have it. That's 1 in 4. By the time you're past 85, the numbers climb past 25%. Yet most people living with it have no idea it even has a name, let alone that it's tied to something specific happening inside their blood vessels. So what's actually going on? Here's the part that surprised me when I looked into it. When you stand up, gravity does exactly what gravity does. It pulls blood south. About 500 to 700 milliliters of blood pools into your legs almost instantly. Your blood pressure begins to fall. In a young, healthy body, your vascular system reacts in seconds. Blood vessels tighten, your heart rate bumps up, and pressure is restored before your brain even notices. But aging changes that reflex. Not dramatically, not overnight. Slowly, quietly, the walls of your blood vessels become stiffer and less elastic. The autonomic nervous system, which controls that tightening response, starts sending signals more slowly. The whole feedback loop, stand, sense the drop, compensate, takes longer than it used to. And in that gap, your brain gets less blood. Less blood means less oxygen. Less oxygen means the lights flicker just for a moment. That's the dizziness. That's the grey out. It's not random, it's mechanical. Now here's where it stops being just interesting and starts being important. That momentary dizziness isn't just uncomfortable, it's one of the leading contributors to falls in older adults. Falls that break hips, falls that cause serious head injuries. Research from Cleveland Clinic notes that orthostatic hypotension episodes can lead to fainting, and in elderly populations, a single bad fall can begin a chain of events that dramatically affects quality of life. There's more. Some studies suggest a link between chronic orthostatic hypotension and increased risk of cognitive decline. The mechanism isn't fully confirmed yet, but the hypothesis makes unsettling sense. Repeated brief drops in blood flow to the brain over years may not be completely harmless. That quiet, dizzy spell, every morning, for a decade, worth paying attention to. So where does the comfort zone come in? Here's the uncomfortable truth. One of the biggest drivers of this condition, beyond age itself, is physical inactivity. Extended periods of sitting or lying down weaken the cardiovascular responses that help your body adapt when you stand. The body adjusts to whatever you ask of it. Ask it to do nothing, and it gets very good at that. Dehydration makes it worse. Certain medications make it worse. Blood pressure drugs, diuretics, antidepressants, and others can blunt the reflexes that prevent the pressure drop. Even skipping meals matters because eating diverts blood to the digestive system, which is why symptoms tend to hit hardest in the morning. Your comfort zone, the recliner, the long sit, the slow morning routine, may literally be training your blood vessels to fail at the moment you need them most. The good news, this is manageable. Not curable in most cases, but meaningfully manageable. The first and most practical change is behavioral. Stand slowly. Give your body 3 to 5 seconds to adjust before you start moving. It sounds almost too simple, and yet it works because it gives that sluggish reflex enough time to catch up. Hydration matters more than most people account for. Even mild dehydration shrinks blood volume, which makes the pressure drop worse. Drinking water consistently through the day, not just when thirsty, keeps the system better primed. Compression stockings are genuinely effective. They apply external pressure to the legs, physically preventing as much blood from pooling when you stand. Not glamorous, but the data supports them.
If symptoms are severe or frequent,
A doctor can evaluate whether medications are contributing and, in some cases, prescribe drugs like fludrocortisone or midodrine that help maintain blood pressure. But the lifestyle changes are where most people have immediate room to move. That brief dizzy spell when you stand up isn't just age. It's a signal, a very specific, very physical signal that your vascular system is asking for a little more support than it used to need. The people who ignore it call it normal. The people who understand it call it fixable. Now you know which one you are.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe so you can get knowledge and motivation for healthy aging.